Darts Nutz and welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm reviewing another set that was sent to me by Pentathlon, and these are for their new range in the TDP series. And this is the T5 model, and these are 22 gram and 90% tungsten, and you can also get them in 20 and 24 grams, and they retail for £29.99. so let's check them out. So the darts come in the slimline packaging from Pentathlon, and as with the other darts, all made in Britain, and slightly new packaging, like different colour than the TDP of last year, but similar size. But inside there's a different tray. This is a plastic tray, and it's got a kind of a velvety covering on it. So just makes it look a little bit nicer. And it's got quite an unusual point protector, and the darts are fitted with some short two-tone green polycarbonate stems. Favourite colour is green, so they do look very nice to me. And these very nice Pentathlon flights, which are in standard shape. The darts are fitted with a short silver point, and it's kind of a straight front half with a tapered nose, and then on the rear you've got this scalloped section, and like the other TDP ones, it's got this very nice kind of a spiral groove grip at the front, and a mix of rings and notches near the nose, and around the middle it's mostly smooth except for the circular indents. And then on the rear, barrel gets thinner obviously in that scallop, and you've got a couple of sections of ring grip either side. So I'm guessing it's set up as a rear gripper's dart. It does feel quite comfortable there, but a little bit on the thin side for my liking, but certainly feels okay from the front. I would say the front half is kind of around about medium level grip, but obviously there's no grip on the scallop, it's smooth, so I'd just say that's low level. But you could argue that the scallop itself is acting like a kind of a grip. But it's another very nice looking dart, and I think some people may have preferred a bit of grip around there, but like I say, your fingers sit into it nicely, so you're a rear gripper, you might like that. And I like the green coloured stems and flights. Like I said, green's my favourite colour, but it's a very nice design on the flights. It's kind of a transparent effect, but it's got them like kind of diamond pattern on it. It's a good looking flight, so I'll let you have a close look at the dart now. The darts are fitted with a silver 26mm point. It's got a tapered nose with the notches in at the front, and it's 6.6mm wide before it gets into this little section of rings and grooves. That's 3.9mm. Then you've got the spiral grip, which is about 10.8mm. Then a fairly deep groove of 0.9mm, then a section with the circular indents, which is 8.9mm, then you've got some more thin rings and grooves, that's 3.8mm, then the smooth scallop section, which is 13.9mm, and then you've got some more thin rings and grooves, about 3.8mm, then a small section of 2mm at the end. The length is 54.6mm and the width is 6.3mm. 22.01 grams. 22.01 as well, and 22.02, and the full setup is 23.5 grams. With nothing attached, the balance is slightly front weighted, and with the supplied setup it moves exactly in the centre point, and this is the balance with medium in between short, extra short stems and standard flights. Now, I did review the Model T4, and I think that other model was more for a rear gripper, and obviously this has got the scallop section on the rear, and I think what that is doing for me is it's pushing the balance a little bit towards the front because it's quite thin on that scallop. So I think balance, this set probably feels better for me as a front gripper than the T4 did. I'm going off a bit there, like it's always a bit awkward trying to concentrate and talk at the same time, but I would say the balance feels quite nice there for a front gripper. My only issue is it's got the same kind of grip on the front again. So I'll try the middle section now, so mostly on the smooth part but a little bit on that ring grip just above it. Now the only thing I'm gripping it there is my finger. I can feel like the thinness of the scallop, which kind of feels a little bit weird because it's kind of resting across the scallop part. I don't know if that's why it's kind of pushing the dart sideways. I think I'll have to try and get my finger out of the way a little bit quicker. It's really too hard. Does still have a slightly front weighted feel to it, but if you notice my darts are going kind of sideways a little bit. I think it's just my finger tipping the scallop a little bit as I'm doing it and kind of tipping it sideways a little. It's a bit better. Now that last one was nice and smooth though. So just getting the hang of the dart, I think. Obviously I'm not a natural middle gripper, but I still think it kind of felt front weighted. I'll try the rear section now, so fully on the scallop. I don't really like darts that normally feel as thin as that though, but we'll see. Quite a lot of spin. It doesn't feel thin though. It just feels a bit too strange for me. Fairly comfortable because it molds to the shape of your fingers, but just the thinness of it. If you like a thin barrel though, then you'll probably like that if you're a rear gripper. Considering I'm not a natural rear gripper, those three flew fairly smooth, but like I say, it still has a kind of a front weighted feel to it, and that one just spun like crazy. That was a lot better, that one, and that one. So if you're a natural rear gripper, you might like that scallop. So that's the Pentathlon TDP T5 model, 22 gram. The other model I tried was 24 gram, but this one feels better balanced for me as a front gripper. I think it's just because it's got that bit cut out on the rear and the weight is going forward a little bit. But it's still the same style of grip that's on the T4 at the front, so for me it kind of felt the same grip wise, it was just the balance was a bit better. From the middle it wasn't too bad, fairly smooth, and I got a little bit of grip off the ring there. From the rear on the scallop, for me it kind of feels too thin, but some people like thin barrels, so if you're that kind of person then you might find it's a very nice one from the rear. It feels fairly comfortable like for the shape, but just the thinness of it feels a bit weird to me. And it didn't fly too bad when I started to get the hang of it from the rear, so if that's the sort of thing you like as a rear gripper, it could be pretty good for you. But again, it's quite a nice shape to the barrel, nicely machined, and for 30 quid, pretty good bargain actually. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.